Let's bring in now Esmail Baghaei, the spokesman for Iranian Foreign Ministry. Thank you so much for taking the time to speak with us. First, I'd like to ask you about some of these reports that we're getting that the Ayatollah and the president of Iran were both targeted by these attacks. Can you confirm that the Ayatollah is still the leader and in power of Iran right now?
Thanks to God, they are all safe and sound.
They're all safe and sound. And are they still communicating and running the country as we speak and determining which counterstrikes and military operations are coming from Iran at this moment?
I can assure you that the system is working because our system is very sophisticated. It is rooted in our identity, and it is based on a popular revolution. So it is not a one-man ruler. So everything is being done in accordance with our plans. Our armed forces are conducting their defensive action against this act of aggression that has been going on for the whole day, from early morning until now.
Have Iranian officials been in touch with the United States and specifically with President Trump's administration since these attacks have begun?
Not that I'm aware of, at least. I think what we are doing right now is to focus on defending our territory, defending our people, defending our national security against this act of aggression.
Given what has taken place, do you think that there is still a pathway for diplomacy, for peaceful negotiations in terms of Iran's nuclear program?
Diplomacy was betrayed for the second time during the past 9 months. You remember last June, when we were in the middle of the negotiations, we were supposed to talk for the 6th round. Just 2 days before that, the American and Israelis attacked Iran. Again, this was repeated. We were going to talk in Vienna on technical aspects of any possible deal. And today, they launched an act of aggression against Iran. And please, I remind you that just yesterday, the Omani mediator told the whole world that the deal was within the reach, and he talked about significant progress. So you can see that the Americans have no value for diplomacy or any diplomatic process.
But President Trump, the administration has said that the negotiations were not going well and that Iran was not coming to the table with serious positions when it comes to its nuclear programs. How do you respond to that criticism from the White House?
That's not simply true. That's not true. We came to this negotiation with all good faith and seriousness. We said from day one that we would be ready to stay in Muscat or in Geneva or any other place for days and weeks to finalize any possible deal. We have telling the whole international community for the past 2 decades that Iran was not seeking nuclear weapon, that Iran's right to use nuclear energy for peaceful purposes was inscribed in NPT. So all that is being said about Iranian nuclear weapon, so-called Iranian nuclear weapon, is part of disinformation campaign that has been trying to tarnish the image of Iran and to legitimize such sort of act of aggression.
Oh, we know that U.S. officials have a very different perspective on all this, but let me ask you, going forward, given what has happened today, do you expect a wider regional conflict, a war now between Iran, the United States, and other countries in the region?
You see, this is a war of choice by the American administration. We have always welcomed diplomacy. This was not our choice. So this was unprovoked, unwarranted act of aggression, and we are defending ourselves. We had warned earlier that any act of aggression against Iran would engulf the whole region. The reason is very simple, because the United States is abusing the territory of other countries to conduct military strikes, military attacks against Iran. And Iran, under international law, under Article 51 of the UN Charter, has no other choice other than defending itself in kind.
Esmail Baghaei, thank you for your time with the Iranian Foreign Ministry. We appreciate you speaking with us today.
Thank you.